Hello.
One moment. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well out there in Cyberland. Welcome to another episode of the Tea by Millspouse Conversations. I am Sybil, your owner and host here at Millspouse Conversations, and I am thrilled for today's special live episode. But before we begin, I want to give a big thank you to USAA for supporting Millspouse Conversations. We are a community where we celebrate our diversity and bring you really relatable conversations all about life, inspiring you and empowering you to be who you are. And today I'm excited to bring you an episode titled From Digital Diaries to Real Life Allies. It's a story close to my heart, showcasing the unique power of friendships formed within the military spouse community and through stalking. Yeah. Julie stalked me for years. Just saying. But let's take a moment and bring conversation starter Miss Julie Provost. She is an inspiring Army National Guard spouse, and we are going to share with you our journey from online stalkers to friends in real life. We're going to give you a testament. We're going to share a testament to the resilience and camaraderie that defines military spouse experience and friendship between the two of us. And I am going to let Miss Julie know how much her friendship means to me, whether our friendship means anything to her or not, but it means a lot to me.
You made me cry. Oh my God.
So Julie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Julie. I live in the great state of Tennessee, or not so great, depending on your point of view. I am originally from California, and I have been married to my husband for, let's see, what year is it? 21 and a half years, I guess. And for the last 18 of those years, we've been a military family. We were an active duty family till 2014. And we've been a National Guard family since then. But the end of this month, we will be a retiree family, moving on to the next chapter of our life. And I'm going to get really emotional about that. But
oh, Julie, you know, I won't put you on the spot today unless you want me to. You know, I want to talk with you about moving into that next chapter of military spouse life. But do you want to talk about that today, or do you want to wait?
I mean, we can wait. It's fine. I don't know. Let's just say, like, it's just weird.
It's just weird.
It's weird. You know, I hear or see a lot of people like, oh, my spouse is retiring from the military. All these things are happening. And being that we are a National Guard family, we are not moving. We don't have to leave post. We don't have to change as much, but there are still going to be some changes that we need to get used to. So.
Well, do you mind if I ask you about the change from going from active duty Army to National Guard?
National Guard. Yeah, go ahead. So basically for us, again, you know, a lot of National Guard and Reserves, they do not live near a military base. We did. My husband was stationed at Fort Campbell. When he joined the National Guard, we owned a house, so we just stayed in that house. So we have been in the Fort Campbell community this whole time that we've been a National Guard family. And I think that adds a layer that a lot of reservist and Guard families do not have, is that I have the military community right here surrounding me. I can go to post, shop at the commissary, like a lot of the people I meet are active duty or retired military. So I'm not, I said to say, like, it's different than if I was even in my own hometown or something where I'm not surrounded by military. So, but some of the bigger changes are we don't move like we're not going to get orders. And yes, I know we can move. We have more of a freedom to move, but when you're not, it's complicated because when the army's not telling you you have to move here, that decision is yours, and it's very complicated and it's hard to make. And when you have kids and schools and everything, it's complicated. Whereas the military, it doesn't matter. Like, you have to go.
They're like, it's time for you to go. You got to go.
Right. It forces you. So, like, if your kids are like, if I'm like, oh, I don't want to move the kids in the middle of school, I don't have to. Whereas active duty, you would have to, right? So anyway, and then also, I mean, the community is different in the sense of when we were active duty, like, I felt like I was very much a part of that community. I knew who the other spouses were in the FRG. I knew where the FRG was. I knew what was going on. Like, now I just don't know anything. I could walk by another National Guard spouse and I would know it. Like, I don't know who any of the people are. I think I've been to 3 FRG meetings that were just like tacked onto a holiday party, like 15-minute briefing kind of.
So you were really going for the party, is what you're telling
right,
me.
So, yeah. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just different.
Well, you know what? We're gonna talk about that difference. We're gonna have an episode dedicated to that, because I remember the first time that you and I actually spoke after years of stalking, because she was stalking me.
You were stalking me the other way around.
I was like, who is this soldier's wife? Crazy life chick. Who is this? But I remember I had a lot of questions about Army National Guard, because all I knew about the National Guard was the armory. Like, at Christmas times, you go into the armory, right, and there was the National Guard. And I remember asking you, like, well, tell me more about the National Guard. I'm sure you thought I was crazy.
Maybe a little bit.
Just a little bit. So, Julie, we have a viewer who is excited to hear how we built our friendship. And Laura, I just want to tell you, thank you for liking the new look. And, yes, it's me. It's me, girl. It's me. But Julie, how about you tell the viewers how we connected, where it all began? Let's see if she remembers.
Into our time machine. It is sometime between the years 2012, 2019, I think. And both of us were blogging and kind of in similar circles, in the sense we didn't really talk. We didn't really know each other, but we might have commented on each other's stuff in a group or read each other's blogs, right? Like, that was probably happening. If someone had said, oh, who's Mamas and Coffee? I'd be like, oh, I know that name. She has a blog. She writes about stuff, but I wouldn't necessarily say.
You didn't even know what I wrote about?
I know. Well, maybe it's just that I don't remember, because our friendship has been around for 4 years now. So that has kind of taken precedent. But anyway, fast forward, it's the start of 2020. It's a new decade. We're like, this is the best. Like, the 20s are going to be rocket. And I had started a new job in 2019, the end of 2019. And Sybil came on board the beginning of 2020. And we started talking. We had to talk about work stuff. And then that like led to non-work stuff. And we first started out talking on Messenger voice. She likes voice memos, and I hadn't really done voice memos with anyone before. So I was like, "Oh, okay. This is new. That's cool." But the problem with Messenger is that like you can't just like it only plays a little bit at a time. So you can't just like hit play and then listen
15 minutes.
and do
Like
your thing. Like
15 minutes.
you have to keep hitting it. And so I was like, "Okay, this is great, but this is not okay long term. We need something else." So were you already on Voxer?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
So we switched to Voxer, and that made it even better because it was like we could talk, or we could listen.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's where the 15 minutes came in. Because, yeah,
yeah.
on Messenger, yeah, we couldn't.
And
It
also
was like,
on Messenger, don't you have to hold it down when you're talking?
yes.
So Voxer, you don't have to do it. You can just talk freely and then do other stuff. And so we really got to talking on there, and we were supposed to. Okay, so I'm from Southern California. Sybil was stationed in Southern California, so I went to.
No, I wasn't in Southern California at that time.
No, I know. I was just talking about the first time we were supposed to meet. Am I going too fast?
Yeah, you skipped Virginia. You skipped the whole.
Okay, so okay. So I was in Tennessee and you were in Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
and we just really got to know each other that way over Voxer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So look, let me pick up right there.
Yeah, I think you need to pick up the next.
Because Julie has forgotten.
I haven't forgotten. I think you need to.
So our routine was every morning we would leave a message for one another. Like one of us, we'd wake up, someone left a message. Well, usually me, because I was.
You were on Eastern time, so you were ahead of me.
So it's like, good morning. Good morning. How are you? This was every morning, even on the weekends. And we would talk throughout the day.
Although remember in the beginning, we like didn't talk over the weekends. It was just like a Monday through Friday thing. And then we slowly started.
Yeah, it was Monday through Friday.
You're my work friend. You stay in the weeks.
Yeah. Look, I'm talking to you. Actually, with the work friend, I remember I had a question about work.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked if I could call you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that was our first time talking to one another. Because I'm a backup to the blog stalk.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be like, who is this chick? I loved your blog. But I was like, would I like her in real life? And it was the Army Navy, right? I'm Navy, she's Army. So I'm like, would I really like her? Never expecting to really be able to talk to you, or better yet, meet you. So our first phone call, because of a work call, and then we started Voxer. And this is where I'm like, I cherish our friendship, Julie. Please, just hear me out. I'm saying this publicly.
Oh, goodness.
Someone was like, wasn't there a college visit?
There was, but that's later.
Who's asking these questions? Who knows our business like that?
Right. That's later. Wait. Gotta wait.
There was a day in 2021 that I remember. It was a Saturday. We were at the weekend calls at this point. I had left Julie a message that weekend. And it was kind of an unspoken rule. If we didn't hear from one another throughout the day, it was like, we would check in on each other.
Right.
We had a morning conversation, and poor Julie found out some news later on social media. And
that's right.
yeah. And Julie Honestly, I was afraid that you wouldn't want to talk to me after that.
Aw.
That you, yeah. And all the crazy, because I would just talk.
I was afraid that you wouldn't be able to talk to me again after that, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. I'm like, "Well, we had a good run, and I'll be there for whatever she needs, but if that's over, if the chit chat like that is over, then that's over, but it's okay."
But you listen to me every day. Like, as life started
Mhm,
taking shape again, and
mhm,
even still to this day,
yeah.
right? I'm like, Julie, and I was able to cry openly, and Julie listened. She
Which
let
was
me
weird because I remember when we first met, you're like, "I can't do crying." "No." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, okay. No crying. No crying in front of Sybil. Got it."
yeah, like, oh. And then there I was. But no, I appreciate that love because we we had never met one another, but you were so patient and caring and loving and still are. Such a very supportive friend. And I appreciate you. I said it publicly there. All right. So
Alright.
fast forward.
So it's the end of 2021, right? December 2021 when I went
Yes.
out to California, and we were gonna meet in person for the first time, and I forgot what we were gonna do. Go shopping I don't know, I don't remember. But we set something up, and then I get a Voxer message saying that someone in Sybil's house had gotten a disease that had been plaguing the country, and it would not be a good idea to meet. So we
So
were not
we
able to meet in December of 2021, and that was really sad because
I was excited because like
yeah,
to talk to someone
right.
every day on Voxer after you
Mhm.
have stalked them online.
And I will say, well, we can get to this. We'll get to this in a minute, but the following month, January 2022, was the college visit, right? 2 years ago. So Sybil brought her daughter out to Tennessee to look at colleges. And me and my husband went to go meet her. And we literally met in the middle of the road for like 10 minutes.
Yes. And this picture right here was from that day.
That's the first time we met in real life. And I have
Yes.
to say, when you were talking to someone on Voxer for so long and then you meet them in real life, it's kind of weird because when you're on Voxer, like I talk, and then she responds, and then I respond. And so we're talking to each other or responding to each other, but we're not doing it in real time like you do in person. And so it is weird to like go from that kind of talking to having like you say something and I respond immediately like no. And it's awkward at first because you're like, wait, this is weird. This is weird. But anyway,
No,
uh
it really was. Just like, do I wait? Like, just pause.
so then I'm trying to think of like fast forward a little bit further.
You
Oh,
know what? Hold on. I'm gonna let you think about what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna play this quick commercial. We gotta pay our bills.
all right.
All right. And hey, if you're enjoying this conversation, give us some thumbs up, some hearts, comments. If you've met Julie or myself, tell us. Let us know how we met.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So
22.
then we're gonna fast forward to October of 2022. And my family comes out to California again, and this time we plan a time. Uh, we each had our husbands with us, and we were going to meet for dinner at a Mexican restaurant in Old Town, correct? San Diego. And so that actually happened. We did it. No one was sick. We did it. So we had a nice little night just hanging out and getting to know each other and having
And the husbands.
and husbands.
Which,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, we're gonna have the men folk there. It's like, are they gonna talk to one another?
Right.
Like, and Julie, my kids, for the longest time, they thought you were this made up person in my phone.
I'm your imaginary friend. I'm your AI friend.
They were like,
Before AI was cool.
does she really exist?
Yeah.
And then, of course, Jasmine got to meet you.
Right. I met Jasmine.
But it was still like, are you sure, Mama? Is she real?
So yeah, so we got to do that, and then I met you one other time when you guys came to Nashville in March of 23 for another school visit with another daughter, right?
Yes.
And so I got to meet your other two daughters then, because Jasmine wasn't there, right? It was just Ayla and Helen, I believe.
Yeah, it was just Ayla and Helen because we both had our kids.
Yeah. Well, we just had my oldest. I believe. Because you guys had just come from the airport and you met us at the mall for a little bit.
I remember, I remember which one. Two of the kids went walking around the mall.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all are back so quick. Like, what are y'all? Whoa, go.
It's a big mall too.
Like, were y'all speed walking? What were y'all doing?
But anyway, so yeah, so that's been almost a year. But I mean, now you're in Bahrain, so
I think you should come visit.
Maybe.
But Julie, I will be in Tennessee this summer.
I will be in Tennessee this summer.
Just saying.
The whole summer.
Not the whole summer, but I'll be there.
I will be.
Pop in, pick up a child, and leave. Because someone is coming to Tennessee for the summer for a week or two. Because one of my children feels the need to travel.
I got it.
And her father said, okay. I'm like, nah. But this goes to show that, online, a lot of people think that social media is bad. It has its pros and cons. It really does. But be aware of stranger danger. Because my kids were like, stranger danger, stranger danger. They were reminding me of stranger danger.
Always be in a public place.
But we both saw one another online for years, had no clue who one another was. Even when we first started working together, I recognized the name. And then it's like, oh, yes, I know her. That's who. Okay. All right. And, within the MilSpouse community, I'm just going to talk about this with friendship. You never know who your support system is, even, with different branches, because Navy and we're different. I've learned a lot about Army as well as Army National Guard, right? Because I'm like, because I feel like as spouses, your circle is focused around your branch. And
which
that's
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, which it makes sense. It does.
But in today's world, you can expand beyond that. And, that's particularly for like the National Guard spouse who isn't around, doesn't have an in-person military community online. There you go.
There you go. There you go. And that's what we like here at Mill Spouse Conversations. I'm going to do this plug real quick. Actually, at Mill Spouse Conversations, that's what we're about. Bringing military spouses, different branches, different life experience, different ranks, just coming together in a supportive manner and having conversation. Because with Julie, we don't talk about just military. Like we talk, most of our talk is about our day-to-day life. I mean, we're just talking about life, or I just ramble on. I'll ramble.
We do a lot of rambling. But yeah.
So yeah, and that is our whole purpose with Mill Spouse Conversations, is providing you a safe space that you can connect with others and have real conversations and build friendship. Because again, I never thought I would meet Julie. Like we again online, I was just like, a soldier's wife. Okay. All right. Then we meet and we make plans.
And I'll say, in order to meet, we had to be proactive about it, right?
Yes.
We couldn't just be like, oh, someday we'll meet. Like, we had to like actually plan it out. And I think that can be difficult for friendships sometimes, is you both have to kind of work towards figuring out how you're going to meet up, or just putting in the time, I guess.
Yes. Because even like the first time we met in Nashville, I was there on a college tour with another friend of mine and her daughter and a friend. And it's like, okay. And we had a tight schedule, but we made the time.
Yeah.
Quick 15 minutes.
Like, we had it was like both of us were like, we have to meet in person so it's like real. I don't know.
Yes.
Even if it's only for like a few minutes.
We made it work. And
real.
Through the different time zones.
Right.
East Coast to
and now it's like
we're time is like that's not a huge deal. West Coast to East Coast, but now
and now it's like there's a certain point in the day I know that Sybil's sleeping, and then when she wakes up, I'm sleeping. So it's like, I mean, she might catch me if I'm up a little late. It just depends, but we've been able. And I was worried too, like, oh, the time difference. How is that going to work? But I think we've made it work. It's a little bit different sometimes, but we've made it work.
Yeah, but we make it work. We chat. We'll leave a message because usually, well, pretty much like you leave me a message at night. I hear it when I first wake up in the morning, vice versa. And we also just respecting one another's home life.
Right.
And time. Right. Like on the weekends, we now just kind of do a quick check-in. Hey, how you doing? I'm not expecting Julie to talk to me all weekend, every weekend. Now, there are times that I'll leave her messages.
Right.
But listen to them when she listens. But there's also this sense of, well, for me anyway, I don't know about you, Julie. If I don't hear from you, if there is an extended amount of time that I don't hear from you, I'm like, hey, because there's been a couple of times that I've picked the phone up, not since I've been here, but I know there's been a couple of times I'm like, let me call her. I'm like, hey, you good? Okay, all
right. It's like that, when you are talking to someone across the time zones or whatever, like, it's okay. I don't feel like you have to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get back to you within
Right.
a minute. Like, I don't feel like that's necessary at all. Like, I feel like you can just have an understanding of like, I'm busy, you're busy, I'm gonna get back to you when I can. You're gonna get back to me when you can. But yeah, if it does go for a long period of time, it's like, wait a minute. So I mean, that's when I try to like at least type something like, oh, hey, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. So Miss Julie here, she falls into my good girlfriend category. Y'all know I have three friend categories.
And I made it to the top tier. I'm so excited.
You know, when she first started out, not gonna lie, you was my work hoe.
Well, you know.
Oh, I'm gonna put this comment up. Do you have, and then we're gonna end. Do you have anything else you want to say? Yes, Facebook user, because I can't see who you are. Both people have to be proactive about meeting. And I would add, both people have to be proactive about the friendship as a whole.
And
Yes.
that's what friendship, you know, is all about. It's like that. Finding another person. And you know, sometimes it's not that the other person doesn't want to be involved or doesn't want to be your friend or doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. Sometimes it's just their life at the moment is just not good for establishing a new friendship or keeping up with one. And that's, you know, it's just the way life is.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of need, like, you both have to kind of like each other. You both have to have the time, and you both have to be in a season of your life where you can really establish that. And it doesn't always happen. I mean, there's been so many people in my life who I've met who've been just amazing people that I would have loved to have gotten to know more, but just life has kept us apart, and that's the way it is. But then there's people like Sybil that it just clicked. So.
Or you're like, dang, Sybil just kept talking to me. Shoot.
So, but I think the whole thing I'm trying to get to here is the more people you meet, the more of a chance you're going to find that person that you can really like connect with.
And that is very true. Very true. Because if you
be a winner, but that's okay.
Yeah, because in this space, the Male Spouse community, right? You go to a duty station, or even as we met online, you talk to that person, you don't click. Don't give up. Don't say, oh, no one wants to be my friend. Nah, you wasn't compatible. Like, I dated a few before I met my sugar pie.
It like, in some ways it is like dating, and you know, it's, you just have to keep putting yourself out there
till you find that one.
Yeah.
Let's clarify that.
Let's stop. Let's wrap it up. We're done.
Yes, because you know what, we haven't had one of our special days in a while.
All right, let's yeah.
You remember our special that I stayed in trouble. Marcus was like, stop. I'm like, I'm talking to Julie. But no, if y'all are looking for a space that you can be yourself, meet others, and have some good conversation and support, we got you covered right here at Male Spouse Conversations. All right, peeps, we're out. It is Wednesday night for me.
Go to bed.
I'm going out.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm grown.
Yeah, you are. All right. See you later.
Bye. Everyone, thank you for watching this episode of The Tea. Please click share if you're watching this on YouTube or off of our Facebook page. Click that share. If you're watching this in our private Facebook group, or if you're not part of our private Facebook group, please join Male Spouse Conversations. It's www.facebook.com facebook.com/MilSpouse Conversations. Request to join, come in, relax, relate, and have some fun. We're real and we're relatable. Hey, okay? We all about conversation, community, and fun. But tell your friends, tell your families, your non-military family and friends, we are open to all. We do have virtual events every month where you get to come behind the scenes and chat with us in our private tea room, aka Zoom. Those are free. Just saying. We also have in-person events around the globe where you get to come and hang out with one of our very own conversation starters. So we, as the conversation starters at MilSpouse Conversations, we lead our own events. So watch the show, get to know us. Visit our website, milspouseconversations.com. Oh, thank you, Miss Mason. Thank you. Check out our website, milspouseconversations.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like and follow our Facebook page, our Instagram page. We're also on Twitter. And we're on LinkedIn, as well as we do have a podcast that you can listen to us. Okay, you can watch us live stream every Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. You can watch that on Facebook and on YouTube. You can also watch the replay at any given time that is convenient for you. Help us spill the tea about the fabulousness. I call this my stroke tongue. Yeah, my stroke tongue is acting up right now, but that's okay. That you can watch our show, engage with us. We bring a whole different flair, a whole different energy to the MilSpouse community. Okay, we do. And in case you're, well, I'm just talking, but I'm gonna be quiet in a minute. But in case this is your first time watching our show, this is our panel right here. The five of us, we are the conversation starters, and we bring the tea every Wednesday, as well as the conversation, which is our monthly virtual events and our in-person events around the globe. Right here, baby. Our diversity spans from our looks, race, there we go, when I say looks, branch, age, rank, and life experiences. Just saying. Stop being tardy to the party. All right, I'm just talking. I'm just, because this is me. This is me. Real, unscripted. Have a good one.